this is another big area of difference between me and Secretary Clinton. She recently said there's no crisis at the VA. I want her to go to every one of those 22 families every day who lose a loved one to suicide. I want her to go to the families who have had their husbands or wives or sons or daughters denied medical care at a VA, been lied to by people at the VA, and tell them it's not a crisis, because it's a crisis for them. So here's what I would do, and I'll tell you a little bit of what I've done in New Jersey too to let you know I'm serious about this. First is, we made a promise to the men and women in uniform. That promise was, if you wore a uniform, you put your life in harm's way for your country, we would take care of your health care for the rest of your life. And we're not doing it. So in the Christie administration, what we would do for veterans is this. You take your veterans card and you go to any physician, any hospital, any healthcare provider you want, and you get your healthcare provided for you, and the American people pay for it, because that's the promise we made to our veterans, and we've got to keep it. And we can't tell them to wait till we fix the VA, because they've been waiting long enough already. And we can't have more people die because they don't go and get mental health treatment. Can't have that. Second, I wouldn't throw away the VA, though, because there's a lot of expertise in the VA, especially in the area of prosthetics and mental health, that are expert in that area. So I would go to the best hospital CEO I could find in the country, and I'd say to that person after I'm elected, you need to sacrifice 2 years of your life for your country and for these veterans. Come in here. The VA is now a hospital system. That's what it is. We don't need another general or admiral running it, with all due respect to the generals and admirals. We need someone who knows how to run a hospital system. Bring them in here and fix it. Take 2 years and fix the thing. That's what I would do to help fix the VA. And on the mental health issue, let me tell you what we've done in New Jersey. We started a program about 4 years ago called Vets for Warriors. It's a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week hotline that's run out of Rutgers University Hospital in Newark, New Jersey, and it is run for the entire country. An 800 number that any veteran can call who's having mental health issues. And when they make that call, who do they get on the other end of the phone? They get a veteran who is trained in mental health issues. Because lots of vets don't feel comfortable yet going to a psychologist or a psychiatrist or a counselor. But they would feel comfortable talking to a veteran who shares their experience. So we set up this hotline that's been one of the great successes of our administration. We partnered with the Department of Defense on this to pay for it. For some reason this spring, the Department of Defense told us they're not going to pay for it anymore. They're canceling it. So I went to the Democratic leaders of my legislature, and I said to them, listen, this is unacceptable. We can't let this happen. It's $3.3 million a year to run this program. I said, let's let the people of New Jersey pay for this for the entire country, for veterans all over the country. And I got to give great credit to the two Democratic leaders. We don't always agree on everything, but they didn't hesitate for a second. They looked at me and they said, Governor, you're absolutely right, we're in. And so the program has continued and is going on right now. And for every veteran in the country who wants to use it, it's being paid for by the people of New Jersey. Now, it's wrong that the Congress didn't give us this money, but I was not going to permit that to turn off, and have some veteran call that number one night when he or she was in distress and say that the number had been disconnected. And the people of New Jersey have been willing to step up and pay for it. I hope we've set an example for the rest of the country, and that the Department of Defense will come back and pay for it. But if they don't, we will. And that'll tell you what my level of commitment is to veterans. We will do what needs to be done to give them the care that they deserve and they've earned. And every time a veteran commits suicide, it is a sin. It's a sin. And the American people feel it. And they need a president who understands that being commander-in-chief doesn't end when you take the uniform off.